Don't do it, guys. Don't place trades based on what you see here. Please consult your own financial advisors and do your own due diligence. All right, with that said, let's go. It is September 2nd. Actually, it's September 3rd, but it was supposed to be the 2nd. It is 1 a.m. Exhausted. Did fantasy football draft today. Work. Great, great, great day. All right. And I'm getting a little bit sick, so if you hear it in the voice, that's what's up. We're gonna have a wonderful Monday and especially even a better Tuesday. I can already tell. I'm down 6 cents on the day here, 8 cents now, because of my awesome tiny 0.1%, zero point 0.1 Ethereum coins that keep ticking over. But anyways, just a quick update. I've been thinking about my next investment, my next move, but I haven't really come up with any good ideas. I did mention that I've been starting to get a little bit neutral on uranium and not so bullish on it. And I'm not going to discuss the reasons why, but one thing I want to discuss is Cameco and why that's my second favorite company. So you already know AXK is my first favorite company, and I discussed why in the previous video. You should check it out. I do quite a big breakdown into Endeavor Silver and tell you exactly why I like them. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about Cameco. I don't have prepared notes and I'm not going to go in depth like I did with Endeavor, but I'm just going to go over it really quickly as to why I like them so much. And both companies, by the way, have been getting demolished over the last 5 years. Not demolished, but well, pretty much, you know, down like 40%, more like 100% for Cameco here, and more than 100% for Endeavor. But they're both resource stocks. They deal with commodities and they're volatile, they're very cyclical, and that is to be expected. They're mining stocks, and mining is the worst business out there, but that's one of the reasons why I like these guys because the business is really, really tough and only the strongest survive. Most companies are hanging by a thread at this point. This has been a very protracted, long, and hated bear in the commodities for the last 5, 6, 7, or even 8 years. I don't know if you want to count the little bumps in between, but it's been bad. It's been bad. So, why do I like Cameco? Well, by the way, look at this entry price. Let's see what Robinhood's is. Average price paid on Robinhood, 10.24. I beat Robinhoodites again. So, why do I like Cameco? Well, I mentioned in a previous vlog that that's what this is, by the way. It's a vlog, all right? I don't know what to call it. It's not certainly not a show. It's more like a vlog. I just want to share the journey to 1 mil. But anyways, I mentioned that they're the most intelligent company out there, and they just do impressive stuff. Recently, what they've been doing is something very normal. They're the largest uranium producer in the Western world. They have 4 billion market cap. They're huge. 4.12 billion market cap. They still pay a dividend. They haven't cut their dividends for a while. Well, they've cut them a little bit, but they're still paying dividends even though the uranium is in the gutter. The main reason is they managed to negotiate long-term contracts. It's kind of a typical way that uranium business works, is they manage a long-term contract for a certain price, uh, and they negotiate that price with the utilities around the world that will buy their product. And so they last for 5, 10 years, and they settle on the price and they sell it. So their contracts, are probably around 40, 45. I don't know the exact figure, but It's up there. And compared to the price of uranium at the moment, which is like 26 or something like that, somewhere about there, that's a big difference. Uranium price was as low as 18 at in 2015 at the end of it, beginning of 2016. It had a little pop. It reached a very low price, and having those long-term contracts negotiated is a huge plus. And here's why they really impressed me. Not just because they're making bold moves and they've cut their production a lot, some of their highest quality assets, some of their mines. They sent a lot of people. They had to write severance packages to all their employees they let off, and but that's the nature of the business, and you have to make these bold cuts and moves to destroy supply, because if you don't destroy supply, you're just going to keep driving the price further and further down, and someone has to make these moves. It's in the entire industry's best interest if Cameco makes these moves. They're the biggest producer, they're the leader. It's a little bit of a game of chicken, I guess, because no one wants to cut production, right? Because if someone cuts production, then every single other company benefits that from that cut, right? Because then now the price maybe rises or doesn't drop as much, and they get to pump more into the market, and they grow market share, right? But what happens is if no one wants to cut, then the market gets down so far, then everybody becomes unprofitable, and the entire industry dies, right? I mean, it's really a game of chicken. So they're the biggest plane, and they're the leaders out there, so they're making the smart moves. I mean, there are other players in the uranium industry, like Kazakhstan, which is the biggest producer of uranium in the world. Um, I think they're all entangled there with China and the Eastern world, and it's kind of a story of two hemispheres here, Eastern, Western. They don't like to trade in between themselves, and especially uranium, because uranium is such a volatile metal and it's used for nukes. Well, the plutonium's better, but it has that connotation, it has that reputation around the world, and it's got political weight on it. Even the president talked a little bit about uranium, and he's trying to domesticate that uranium production, which is why you saw a big pop, and Cameco saw a little bit of a sell-off because they're Canadian. UU is American. But besides that, coming back to Cameco and why I think they're so intelligent, well, these guys decided that if they, even though they laid off so many people, they cut so many jobs, right? And they shut down their highest quality mines. So how are they going to fulfill their contracts? Well, they said that they're going to just go up in the open market and buy up the excess uranium. There's so much excess uranium right now. So much. I mean, maybe it's a little bit less now, but it was a lot a year or two ago. It was just a wash. I think I heard a statistic that there's enough uranium to supply all the world's needs for the next 8 years. 8 years. And some people are still mining. 8 years. I mean, some of these CEOs will be dead by then. By the time there's an uptick in the price of uranium, right? So you can see where this is going, right? So they're going to, if they purchase, I don't know if they're already purchasing, but if they're purchasing from the open market to fulfill their orders, that's going to dry up the supply, because there's not going to be as much available uranium out there anymore, and it's going to push up the price so they can renegotiate higher contracts. So they're trying to be the market makers basically, and good on them. And these are all bold moves, and I really like that. I like that they're taking charge. making decisions, and I think they're correct decision. Well, I don't know anything, don't listen to me, but I applaud these decisions, whether they're correct or not. I'm not an expert, obviously, and you should take everything I say with a grain of salt, but a grain of salt, a big one, too. Not a millionaire yet, so maybe once I reach a million, you can listen to my advice a little bit more carefully. For now, pour some salt on it. All right, I can't wait till Tuesday. I'm gonna just, I'm gonna be going through my day tomorrow in anticipation of Tuesday. I'm really curious to what happens. I like the trading days so much more than the weekends. It's insane. And as you can tell, I'm really, really tired. So I might hit the sack and I think I'm getting sick. So we'll see. But I will make another video tomorrow, even if I'm on in bed the entire day. All right. With that said, we just wanted to say kudos to Cameco. They're my second favorite company. Love the management team there. They're so awesome and powerful. And I love trading them, especially when they're stuck in this trading range. All right, let's pull up Cameco real quick. And as option sellers, maybe you don't know, but you love when you see this, especially if you sell strangles. There's a type of trade that you can do. Maybe not on Robinhood. It's gonna be difficult to execute all these complex trades on Robinhood. I don't do them, but I can. It's called a strangle. So basically, what you do is you sell. Let me draw real quick. Let me draw it so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So what a strangle is a type of trade where, let's say you enter the trade right here, all right, and you sell a call. This works with naked. I sell covered calls and puts, so it's different. It works better with naked. All right, and so because you don't have to have the collateral or stock to back it up. In this case, you do in what I'm doing. All right, and so anything that goes up over here, you lose some money, and then you also sell uh, a put. All right, so everything over here, you lose out, you lose out. So you make money in everything in between here, and you can just do it month by month by month by month, and you're just collecting massive cash because you win on both sides. If nothing reaches here, you win money, and if nothing reaches on the other side, you win double money. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. You're just betting low that there's not going to be a lot of volatility. You're betting a low vol, like the cool kids like to say, which means low volatility. And Cameco has been anything but volatile since 2000, March 2017. Look at this. Look at it. It's a straight line. Look at it. It's not doing anything. So that's great. And it might not even do anything for the next, I want to say 2 to 3 years until maybe 2021. It could do this. It could be just side channel for the next 2 years. Gonna make so much money. All right. That's good, guys. Tired as F. I'm going to bed. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you tomorrow. Make another one. Bye. Peace out.